Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mandy Effect. I'm your host Mandy. Today I'm thrilled to be joined by two incredible entrepreneurs, artists, and educators, Sonya and Deep. They are award-winning makeup artists. They've built an award-winning permanent makeup brand here in Canada, and they've been recognized internationally. Today we're going to talk about their journey in building a brand, the challenges and the lessons learned across the way. Sonya and Deep, thank you so much for being here today, and I'm super excited to be having a conversation with you.
Hi, Mandy.
Hi. All right, so we'll start with Sonya. Sonya, let's kind of go back a little bit, a few years in your journey. Let's talk about your upbringing and how it has shaped who you are today and how you've established yourself into becoming an educator as well as, I would say, a world-renowned artist.
Yeah, sure. So you said my upbringing.
Yes.
So I come from a South Asian family where, you're expected to go to school, university, college, get a degree, and then go into a profession, right? So the expectation with my family was to obviously get a university degree,
Yeah.
go be a lawyer, go be a doctor, that kind of sort, right? And of course, I did that, but my passion was always to be in aesthetics. I really wanted to go to college and do an aesthetics program, but I was told that's not a job, it's not a career, right? So I did what my parents wanted. I went to school. I have a kin degree. I did all of it. I worked in the corporate world for about 8 years until like the makeup world started calling my name. Like I always had a passion to be in makeup aesthetics. I had that creative side. So growing up, I've been the type of person who proves people wrong. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like I don't like to say I'm going to do something and then not do it. I'm the type of person who does do it.
Right.
So when I went on my mat leave, I took makeup full time. It turned it into a huge makeup brand at that point. It was Dolmia Bridal. And then a few years into Dolmia Bridal, I decided I wanted to do a microblading course. Initially, the plan was only to do it part-time and go hand in hand with makeup. But then after a year of doing eyebrows, I saw the potential. And then I completely switched gears. I dropped the makeup side and I went full-fledged into the eyebrow side. And again, at that point, when I did that, it was met with hesitation. There were a few family members who were like, "You're going to do eyebrows for a living?" And I was like, yes, I am. Watch me do it. And that's how I am where I am today, because I just have that internal drive in me where I will do something and I will do it to the best of my ability.
Right. So going back to your eyebrow, your PMU, right? The permanent makeup artistry. Did you take any kind of a course, or is that something you kind of self-studied and learned across the way?
I took a lot of courses.
Okay.
Still taking courses.
Continuous education is always good.
Yes.
Thank you for that. It's great to see your journey kind of evolve. And Deep will move on to you now. Can you talk a little bit about your journey and how you kind of discovered Sonya and became a PMU artist yourself?
Yes, of course. I came also from the salon world. I salon work at least more than 12 years. I'm really into in this profession because I really like to do makeup, stuff like that, and really like to enjoy talking with people, engagement with people. So one day, one of my clients came to the salon walking, eyebrows looks amazing. Then I asked her, what are your eyebrows? Someone told me. So I researched in the Instagram, then I fall in love. Trust me. Then every day watching her reels, videos every day. And one of my friends actually did it from her. And she told me, oh, I go to Sonya. I was like, no, this is the sign. So I have to go. Then I messaged her and she joined her class.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so awesome. This is a background, joining to Sonya. So her page gave me very inspiration, so I joined her.
Awesome. So now kind of let's jump into how you were a student, and then I'm assuming you spend a lot of time practicing, refining your skill set, and then maybe you were on your own. So Sonya, how did the journey of this collaboration happen between you guys, where you felt like, okay, I've been doing this on my own. I'm a small independent business owner. Now I want to sort of expand.
So the joke I always tell everyone is Deep came to my class and never left.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, so I was initially doing this in my den upstairs, and I started getting requests for classes. And I realized, again, there's potential to grow, but I was out of space. So at that point, I started looking into commercial units, and then I decided to renovate my space and move in and create a whole full salon here. At that time, I met Deep. She came to my beginner class and she asked me for a job. And I looked at her and I was like, no. And she was like, oh, okay. Like I didn't have to think about it at that point. At that point, it was like just a no. Because I didn't trust nobody.
Yeah.
Here I have my brand. I've worked so hard to build it to where I have. Exactly. And I wasn't ready to give that to anybody or share that with anybody.
Yeah.
Especially because I've had negative experiences in the makeup world.
Of course.
So when she asked me initially, it was a direct no. And I was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
She came back a year later for advanced training. And she started showing me her work.
Yeah.
She's like, look, I did this, I did this, I did this. And I practiced and I did this. And I was like, oh, good for you. Like I was actually very impressed.
Okay.
And then she asked me for a job again.
The determination was always there, Deep.
I have institutions. I had no one day I'm going to work with her.
Yeah, she had an intuition. She's like, she in her heart knew she was going to work with me. I didn't know that at that point.
Yeah.
But what I liked was her persistence.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked her persistence, and I liked her. Like I like her. You know what I mean? Like you can't teach someone to be a good person.
Yeah.
You can't teach someone to be driven and hardworking. Those are things that you have to have internally yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Skill can be taught. I can teach you how to do a eyebrow. I can teach you how to do a hair stroke, but I can't teach you those other qualities, right? So that's what I saw in her because I see myself in her.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, when she asked me for a job again, I was like, okay, maybe. And we did a trial run, and she has not left. She's still here.
That's amazing. That's amazing. How long has it been?
It's close to 2 years now.
Close to 2 years. And are you happy? Are you glad you did it?
You know what? I would tell, if anyone asks me, as you did, I would say it's the best decision I ever made.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing to see woman empowerment and women growing together. So, all right. So let's talk about the growth of Doll Me Up Brows. How did you grow your business to be an international brand?
It wasn't actually a plan at first. You know, when you start a business, your first plan is, let me just get clients, be busy. Then I started realizing that there was potential. Like my Instagram account started growing, my TikTok account started growing, things started going viral, and then things started getting recognized in different countries. Yeah. And that blew my mind because I never thought it would get to that point. I remember when my first video went viral, I was like, oh shit. Like, it actually happened, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a plan to go international, but it just happened. Where my work started getting recognized in different countries. We started getting contacted by people, conferences and so forth. I would just say it wasn't the plan, but it happened. Yeah. And I feel like if you do good work and you put your heart and soul into it, everything else comes along with it.
I 100% back that.
I'm so proud because we have clients all the way, like from the US, Dubai, like Australia, from all the way.
Yeah, we have lots of clients who fly in. Like just, for example, today I had 2 ladies who drove in from Cleveland.
That's amazing. Yeah. I think when you do such good work, when your work speaks for itself, you also tend to build that clientele that wants to be loyal to you, that's willing to go the extra mile to kind of get their services done from you. And I think when you are as kind as you both are, it makes the person even more motivated to kind of connect with you and work with you. And of course, your work speaks for itself. I've seen it all over social media. You did my eyebrows as well, Deep. So thank you. I'm in love. You wake up to beautiful eyebrows and I think half of your job is done.
100%.
All right. So Deep, let's talk about your journey into sort of becoming kind of how you blew up on social media. I think you have a huge following on Instagram. How did that journey happen? So you came to Deep, you kind of learned the PMU industry, the skill set. How did you kind of grow and get yourself out there? For anyone that's watching that may want that advice or maybe looking for that push, what would you have to say to them?
I would say for growing an eyebrows business in PMU is not that hard for me, to be honest. First, because I'm
naturally good.
Listen, confidence is everything, especially when it's real. Take it all the way.
Yeah, because I believe when you already she's already successful, right?
Yeah,
When
for sure.
I joined Doll Me Up team, I don't think so it's really hard, but still I have to prove my work to
Yeah.
people, right?
Yeah.
I work hard in the beginning, like I want to show my work, look, I'm good too. Trust me, Mandy, in the beginning, I worked 7 days.
Yeah.
I think in more than close to a year, I don't take any day off, except my doctor appointments.
Yeah.
So I show up every day to Sonia's studio. I work in the salon, and I try to manage both things because I don't want to lose my another job because I'm trying to building my name. But because of Sonia, because of Doll Me Up, I already have brand, so it doesn't hard for me to grow up that much.
For sure.
So within like 2 or 3 months, like I'm fully booked.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but I also think like yes, you came from the salon world, but she worked hard at it, right? Like it's just not just that you joined Doll Me Up and you got busy. She's genuinely a really good artist, and she takes feedback very well, and she applies it, and the work shows in her clients. So not only did you just join, but your work is really good too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I think your work truly speaks for itself, but the passion that I see even on your social media, even meeting you guys for the first time, I think you guys are so dedicated, and that's what makes you guys so amazing. And I'm not just saying it because I'm here. I genuinely see your social media, the hard work that you guys are putting in, and the professionalism that you bring along your journey for you and your clients as well.
Yeah, still Mandy, like we finish the client, we like go home, like editing video. Sometimes me and Sonia, like 2 o'clock, it's 2 o'clock early morning, 1 o'clock, we talk about the clients. Okay, how look this eyebrows today? Like what we can do better, right?
Yeah.
If you see our Instagram reel, we each send to each other all PMU reads.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think we both have that drive, like you said, the passion to want to do well, but also like we want to put out good work, right? So like, for example, if you're walking around and someone stops and asks you who did your eyebrows or who did this, the name Doll Me Up comes up in a positive light.
For sure.
And that's our goal, right? To always be in that positive light and to be for our clients. So like not only like what they get, but also like talk positively about us and allow, like, we don't want to be associated negatively. You know what I mean?
For
the
sure.
work has to be so good that you get stopped for it.
Yeah.
And that's what we
And you know, when
for.
it's actually your facial, like when it's your face and your eyebrows, it's all about confidence. And I think when a girl has good eyebrows, and she just wakes up to a kingdom, right? Like, so I think good brows can make your day for sure.
Right. And we don't want to do mediocre work.
Yeah.
That's not us, right? Like if we're going to do it, we're going to do it 100%. It's going to be really, and it's going to be done really well.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be mediocre. It's not going to be half-assed.
Yeah.
So that's our goal.
Yeah. That's amazing. It's again, it's so wonderful to see the passion that you both have. I think, you know, both of you both of you are educators. You know, you have your own academy. You're training on a daily basis. You're training students that are coming to you. How do you refine? Obviously, practice makes perfect. I 100% believe in that. But how do you guys refine your skill set to become better version of yourself than you were yesterday?
You want to go first? But you know, okay, so I would say to be better, you do have to practice 100%, 1 to 2 hours a day. Practice is what's going to give you the muscle memory, the hand motions, and your work is good. But you also have to research, right? Like look up other things, research, educate yourself, because then that also improves your knowledge and improves your tools and so forth. And taking classes. I think a lot of students underestimate the power of classes. You know, yes, you can take a fundamentals training today, but you can take an advanced training in 6 months. You can do another training in 6 months. You can do 3 ombre classes. I've done 5 nano classes, you know? So someone might go take a nano class and think, oh, great, I've learned it. No, I've took 5 different ones because you just don't know what you're going to learn. You take a little bit from every single class and it refines your skill. And your movement, right? My work is not going to look like instructor A or B, but it's going to be a little bit of everybody put together until you create your own signature style. Yeah. So it's really, really important. And then the second thing with classes is classes actually motivate you, right? It gives you that kick in the butt again to get going. Yeah. I've been at this 7 years and I'm still taking classes. I'm actually in a class right now, which is kicking my butt again, right? Yeah. So I think a lot of people underestimate the power of just education, right? Because it's not just, hey, you know how to do an eyebrow now, but it's actually, you can do a hair stroke. Is it tapered on the ends? Is it light? Is it dark? There's so many little details that will get overlooked. And I think you also create a social network, right? Like when students meet each other, they kind of help build each other's confidence, and then they have your support. So I think it's
it's a powerhouse in itself, like I said before. So I think with growth comes a lot of growth and hard work comes recognition. So you guys have been #1 in Canada. You've been globally recognized for the work that you do and the talent that you bring along. You've won multiple awards. Do you have a favorite? If so, why?
I don't really have a favorite, but I would say my favorite is the first one I won.
Yep.
Only because I got asked to compete in a competition a couple years ago, and I looked at the girl and I was like, no. I was like, no. And she was like, why not? And I was like, if I don't win, I would like, I cannot compete and not win. That's again such a like my personality trait. Like if I do something again, I want to win, right? And if I don't win, I'm a shitty loser. So my ego was getting the best of me at that point, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to do it. But then a year later, I got asked to compete again, and at this point, my mind shift has shifted, and I looked at the bigger picture. I put my ego aside, and I said, okay, you know what? This is a good opportunity just to even go meet people, network. I'll compete and see what happens. Whatever happens, happens. And funny enough, it was actually I actually won the competition. Yeah. So I remember walking into the competition. There was so many voices, things going on. I was looking around the room like, oh my God, that girl's here. Oh my God, that girl's here. And those artists are all really great artists.
For sure.
And right away you start self-doubting yourself, right? And my husband was with me at that time, and he just said, stop listening to people. He goes, stop looking around. He goes, set up and just do your thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, fine. So I set up, I did my thing. I put out a great set of eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy with it. And I was like, hey, whatever happens, happens. And I walked away. And then the next day at the gala, I actually ended up winning. So I think that was my favorite award.
That's amazing. Congratulations. And I'm sure it was such a, motivation for you to grow bigger and better. And I bet your confidence came back like, I got it.
Yeah, the ego came back. I was like, yes, I won.
I think sometimes a little self-doubt is needed to really sort of help you believe in yourself and then make you realize that you've got this, right? Mm-hmm. Until you doubt yourself again. All right, Deep, and what about you?
I'm also participating in the Broista first time. I think that's my first time. I'm very nervous.
Yeah.
Because a very big name and big artist. And
yeah.
competing to Sonya Deep on that competition. I was very nervous on that time. I can make it on that time because I feel like first time I'm very nervous. And then I get another opportunity, next level PMU conference.
Yeah.
So Sonia said, you should do it. You can do it. Like your work is really nice. I was a little like 50 and 50. Should I do it? Shouldn't I? But she really pushed me.
Yeah.
And on that conference, I participated in nano eyebrows and lip blush.
Yeah.
So God grace, I went the lip blush in first place and
congratulations.
my nano eyebrows second place.
That's amazing. And Deep, I love how you take that energy and sort of Sonia, I love how you take that energy and push Deep and sort of kind of help her believe in herself. I think sometimes when we get into collaborations or partnerships, sometimes there tends to be an insecurity, but if you transition that into a happier and sort of sparky energy, that can help everybody win. So the fact that you sort of helped your student become who she is and push her and sort of vice versa, I think that's wonderful.
I think a lot of instructors or people like that do have the insecurity have to look at it in a different light.
Yeah.
So, for example, like if you don't want your student to do better than you, that's not the way to look at it.
Yeah.
If my student is successful and grows to the level as Deep has grown to now, it's actually a representation of me because I groomed her and grew her to this, right?
For sure.
It shows you as an educator. Shows you as a successful educator that you're able to groom and grow someone who didn't have any PMU experience initially.
Right.
So they have to switch the lens on that and look at it differently.
Yep. So you guys offer a lot of makeup services, permanent makeup services. So there's the lip, there's the nano. Deep, can you talk about the different services that you guys offer and which one you recommend for your everyday client and why?
So we specialized in nano eyebrows, combo eyebrows, lip blush. So the offer to services depend on the clients, right? Because everyone's personality is different. Some people they want to bold eyebrows. People, they don't want to make up every day. So we definitely recommend combo eyebrows, then they're not filling every day your eyebrows, right?
Yeah.
They're good to go when they wake up. And some people with the age, we do a lot of grandma and mothers, right? They mostly prefer very soft look. They don't want people judge them where they go out over the on your face, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for them, we always recommend nano eyebrows. Look very soft and healed very naturally, very nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And lip lash for sure, like anybody.
I
Yeah.
think that's what I want to try next,
Yeah.
but one
This is the
day.
next step for you.
So there's a lot of PMU programs out there. I think in today's day and age, there's so much education and awareness and sort of learning that people can get. What do you think makes both your program unique and different? Like, why should people come to Deep and Sonya when it comes to brows?
Because we're perfect.
Yes, you are. I love that answer.
Perfect, right? Not even that, because we're fixing a lot of eyebrows too, right?
Yeah.
Because the old time people are very used to with microblading,
Yeah.
right? And microblading, right, traumatize on your skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're like a lot of swelling, redness, bleeding. But nowadays we use very soft technique
Mm-hmm.
with the like a machine, baby needles. So it's not that
Yeah.
much. Your skin is like more safer side, like no bleeding, no redness, no swelling. So yeah. So
Awesome.
basically.
So I think
Yeah.
when it comes to picking a course, I'm not saying you should come take it from us, but if someone was looking into a training course,
Yeah.
you have to go to the person whose work you like.
Mm-hmm.
That's step one. I think a lot of students make their choice based on price, but it shouldn't be like that. Like if someone is charging a high price, it's probably because it's really good. You know what I mean? Whereas if you take someone's course that is at a lower price point, it's a reason why it's at a lower price point. I'm going to be honest with you, right? So what makes our course different is that we do a 4-day course. We have an online platform where students get access to it for 1 year, so they have continuous help even after the course ends.
Mm-hmm.
We offer a lot of ongoing support. So we have a WhatsApp group with all our students where you can ask your questions, send your pictures, we give you feedback, whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually welcome our students to come back even after the course, because we have multiple beds in the studio where they can take additional clients and do them with our supervision. But when it comes to picking a course, you have to look at, do you get all these extra features, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's going to help you grow, because once the course ends, you're on your own, right? So, and unfortunately, I've had stories where I've taken students from other classes and they'll say to me that their instructor doesn't reply to them anymore, or their instructor ghosted them, whatever the case is, or their supplies weren't good, this wasn't good. I've heard it all. So I think when it just comes to picking a course, just do your due diligence, do your research, but don't make the choice based on price. Make it based on whose work you really like.
Yeah. My follow-up question was going to be, how do you guys support students post-training? So I think this answered my question. Is there anything else that you want to add to that?
No.
I think you guys offer a lot of support, especially for that
we
1
try.
year.
And sometimes we like call to students. Students don't contact us. We contact them, like old students. Hey, a refresh class. You want to join us? Just come, like refresh your memory, right?
Yeah.
Some are like yes, some no. It depends how passionate you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're really passionate, definitely some of students they came back, but some of no.
Some unfortunately don't. But I can only help you if you ask for it. You know what I mean? So you have to be sending me your work and your latex pad and your pictures, and I can give you feedback. But if you don't send it, then unfortunately, then there's no feedback, because I don't even know you need help.
Right. No, for sure. I think it's a two-way street between the student and the instructor, but I think you guys go a long way. And I can already see the detail, your studio, everything is just above and beyond. For artists that are starting out, I'll start off with you, Deep. What advice do you give someone? Like if I were to get into, not that I am, eyebrows or PMU, what advice do you have for someone, that woman that's really talented, she's really hardworking, but she's kind of hesitant and she doesn't really believe in herself 100%. What would you say to the younger audience or the women out there that are looking to sort of start this journey, but they need, again, that little push?
I think your comfort zone, right? If you don't come out from your comfort zone, you cannot do nothing. Like anybody you see success in life, they all came from their comfort zone. Like I would say they should come, at least try, right? Sometimes people don't even try. So at least try. If you like it, you don't like it. Sometimes we don't know. Suppose like my background is nursing, right?
Yeah.
But still I'm on this work because I like this work, right? I really enjoy this work. So if I don't come out from a comfort zone, I'm not going to be here like what I am right now. So I think comfort zone is the big thing. If you come out, you will 100% successful.
I think also self-doubt, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, like you said, if they are considering getting into it, they're going to think about all the negatives first. Well, what
Yeah.
if I can't do this? What if I don't do this? What if I'm not good? What
Yep.
if and if you allow those what ifs to hold you back, then you won't know what you can possibly do.
Yeah.
You know, like I took a microblading course at one point too. I was in the same boat.
Mhm.
I started with 0 followers at one point too.
Yeah.
I didn't like talking on Instagram. I didn't even show my face on Instagram. You know, so you have to, Deep's right, you have to step out of your comfort zone, but you also have to put that self-doubt aside, or even get yourself a strong support circle that says, hey, do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When I started, my support circle was my husband. And like, I'm telling you guys, when I first started, I used to cry. I used to do eyebrows and cry.
Yeah. I think there's a little bit of cry in everyone's journey.
Yeah.
I think we've all been in the bedroom and the bathroom where we're crying with our makeup and trying to wipe it off and pretend like we're okay. So
in the beginning, I self-doubt a lot, right? I done eyebrows and I asked Sonia, it looks nice. Anything? She goes, no, they look really nice. I said, really? It looks nice. Like everyone self-doubt for sure, right? But you have to clear that doubt.
Yeah.
That how you do practice or take someone advice, anything, right?
Yeah. So you guys have obviously been recognized internationally. There's been master classes in Dubai. I know you guys have a trip coming up in Chandigarh. So how does that balance behind the scenes work? I think for someone, you know, that's watching from the outside in, you know, it's great. You guys have this amazing studio here. You have an academy. You're building your business and you're a powerhouse. You two are just killing it in the PMU industry. But when it comes to Dubai and Chandigarh, you know, they're long distance, they're international trips. The expectations of the clients, are they different? Like, how does that work behind the scenes?
I don't think the expectations are any all that different because, like, if they are getting services done, they already know what to expect because of what you see on social media. It does take away from here, unfortunately. We're going to be gone for a while, but it's fun. We enjoy it, right? It allows us to meet a whole different like group of people. Like when I went to Goa 2 years ago, I met so many other PMU artists and international artists, and it's fun. It's fun networking, right? And going out to the other side of the world and being able to show what you can do. But I don't think it takes away too much from here, though.
Yeah.
And we also want to spread the name all the way. Put on your address.
Oh, I love that. I love that energy. You guys are so cute. All right. So if we look at Doll Me Up Brows and the two of you, if we look at like 3 to 5 years or the journey ahead, what do you guys vision? Is it more play by ear? Like what should people know? Like, are you guys coming and they better watch out?
You guys nothing yet. We're not telling you. We have some ideas and things we would love to do. We haven't jumped on anything yet, but we have started brainstorming of what we want to do, but we're not telling you yet.
I see nothing but amazing things in your journey. I think the energy in this room right now is, I'm not just saying it, like the energy in this room is just so contagious. And I feel like just good things are coming your way, especially with the hard work that you both do and the passion that you both bring. Before we wrap up, let's talk about personal and work-life balance. So Sonya, I know you're a mom, you have a daughter, you're married, and Deep, I believe you don't have any kids, but you are married and you have a family as well. So either one of you can start. How do you balance your busy lives and then the needs at home? And then what kind of support do you have? Like what kind of a village do you have within your little families that kind of support you with your business?
I have a lot of support. Like my family and my husband is the biggest support for me, right?
Yeah.
I don't worry about anything because of my family, they do everything for me, to be honest.
That's amazing.
And even my husband, right? Like he replied my all Instagram messages sometimes.
That's so sweet.
You're not talking to Deep on Instagram. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, he's pro, right? Trust me, he's pro. Whatever the client asks that question, he know what he asking, what she asking, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is the biggest part because I'm busy all day working. Like sometimes I start like 9 o'clock and finish like 8-9.
Yeah.
So by that time, if anyone messages and anyone asks some questions and concerns, he really helped me to reply all the answers to on my Instagram.
That's so cute. Yeah. So the next time I message you, I'll ask, is this Deep's husband or is it Deep?
I think sport help a lot, right? Then your mind is more relaxed and you can more concentrate on your work.
Yeah.
For me, I'm working all the time.
Yeah.
I work all the time. I'm up early in the morning. Like you said, I have my daughter, so it's off to
Yeah.
school. Then I'm at work all day, and then we have bedtime, dinner, get
Mhm.
lunches ready. So I'm just like running around all the time. But I do have my husband as well. He's a great support system.
Yeah.
He has become stay-at-home dad with me,
Mhm.
so he's helping with doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff whenever I can. So it is helpful to have that support system to be
Yeah.
able to do, like, you can't go to the next level because you
Yeah.
can't do it all yourself, right?
Yeah.
And he is really good. He helps with everything. He helps with the behind the scenes. He sets up our classes for us. He prints our certificates. He pays for the kids, everybody. He does everything behind the scenes for me as well.
So you guys are super confident, and I love that. And I think it's so important, especially at this point in your careers. But, self-doubt does have a way of kicking in. When it does kick in, how do you handle that in such a competitive world?
You know what? You're right. Self doubt still happens. It's
Yeah.
not. It doesn't go away. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It does happen, and there's days when you look at everything, and you're like, "Oh, this is shit," and you just get upset for no reason, and you forget how far you've come, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So self doubt does happen, and you just have to sit down, take a deep breath, and remind yourself of where you are.
Yeah.
I think I was having a conversation with one of my friends a while ago. This was a couple weeks ago, actually. And she was like, "Remember when you were trying to do this and you were trying to do that?" And I was like, oh yeah,
Was
I
that?
forgot about that. And she's like, "Sonya, do you remember you weren't able to do those things, but today you're doing this now, and you're doing this?" She's like, "I'm inspired by you now." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize, or I had forgotten my own journey," right?
Yeah.
So when self-doubt happens, you just need those friends
Yeah.
to just come
For
back
sure.
and remind you
Yeah.
where you were and how far you've come.
Sometimes your family, your friend, they
Mhm.
realize you.
Yep.
Like, where are you before and where you're right now, right?
Yeah.
So then you said, oh yeah, thank God. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
For
need that
sure.
little reminder sometimes. And if not, a good cry, coffee, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what makes us human too, right? I think, sometimes a good cry can really help you, and sometimes that self-doubt is sort of required to kind of, again, push you a little bit. So I think it only makes you human, and it's amazing that you're able to share that. I'm going to ask both of you this. If I'll start off with you this time, Deep. If you were to give your younger self advice, the little Deep, if you were to look back and give her a hug and give her advice, what would you say to her today, being in the position that you are?
What advice would you give yourself?
myself.
Yeah, like younger self.
I would say I should start this PMU, or I found Sonia before maybe 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Trust me, yeah. Then I think that's I always like feel in myself. I wish I start earlier, right?
Yeah.
Like always say it never be late, but
Yeah.
like, I wish, it's never be late right now. But like if I like start earlier, mine. We are already bad. Then we maybe like we can. I feel like I will be like very very successful
Yeah,
at
for
earlier
sure.
age, right?
Yeah.
But this is I always say.
That's
I would say the
amazing.
exact same thing. I wish I started earlier. I wish I didn't do a kinesiology degree.
Yeah.
I went to school for the aesthetics, everything I wanted to do, just same thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just start it earlier, and then you could be further.
Yeah. I think right now we live in a world where there's a lot of awareness on mental health. I think there's a lot of recognition that people need help, and there's a lot of resources available. But being a woman, being South Asian woman, is there any advice if there was a woman out there, or even a man that's watching, that's sort of at rock bottom, or that's just going through a really hard time? What is one piece of advice that you would give to that person that may sort of help them?
The rock bottom is the bottom, right?
Yeah.
You can't go any lower than
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
So the only way you can come out of that is by changing your mindset. But there was a point where like I was at rock bottom at one point. I had a conversation with one of my friends, and you'd be surprised because I was at rock bottom at one point.
Yeah.
And I was sad and I was depressed, and I asked, and I just shared it with my friend.
Yeah.
And she just looked at me and she goes, you can control your happiness.
Yeah.
And I looked at her, I'm like, what do you mean? And she just said, she's like, you are in control of everything.
Yeah.
She's like, you cannot allow these outside factors holding you down. At the end of the day, if you want to be happy, you have to choose to be happy, and you have to make the actions and do the work to get there and don't listen to nobody.
Yeah.
And she's like, put all those people aside, stop listening to them, and do what you need to do for you.
Yeah.
And I think that was the biggest light bulb moment I ever had in my life, because everything in my life changed after that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you're absolutely right. Why am I letting this person bother me and that person bother me and this person say shit to me? I'm not going to listen to them anymore. And I turned my whole life around after that. And that was back in before all this, 2018 probably.
Wow.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I see positivity, right?
Yeah.
If you're a positive person, if you think positive, everything, okay, I can do this, I can do this. And this is, I think I am. I feel obviously, whatever I think, I can do it. I never think, oh, I cannot do it, I cannot do it. So I always, my mindset is very positive. So I tell every girl, everybody, be positive. If you're positive, you can do anything in the life. Yeah.
How do you become so positive?
I know, because I go through a lot. Like, my journey is a lot.
I can understand. Maybe we could do a round two one day and share the raw, deep, and Sonya.
It's important. You have a good circle of friends.
For sure.
Because like that same story I just told you is from a conversation with a friend. I got into permanent makeup through a conversation with a friend. You just have to have a really good support circle that actually wants to see the best in you.
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, not everyone has that, but you have to be able to find that.
In this word, sometimes not.
No. Sometimes people don't have the best like intentions for you, but it is important to recognize if this person doesn't have the best intentions for me, then why are you friends with them?
For sure.
Right?
I think a lot of people just. I think in this world, even in this day and age where there's so much education and resources, I think people are chasing, there's a lot of chase, but then what are you chasing? If there's anything you want to chase, it should be yourself so you could better yourself, right? So I think it's really important. And sometimes people, unfortunately, don't see that. And I also think, as we grow, your purpose changes. But I think having I always tell my daughter, she's 10, you don't need 10 friends. You need one friend that's going to back you up and pull you up on your rock bottom. You 100%. Can have 20 friends, and if none of them support you, then what do you really have? Right. But you still have yourself, right? So absolutely.
I have a 10-year-old too.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? And one day she was crying. She was upset that she wasn't friends with this friend anymore. And I looked at her and I'm like, who cares? She's like, well, Mom. And I'm like, no. I'm like, if this person doesn't pour into you, then you don't need them as your friend. Yeah. Stop chasing people. Same thing.
Yep, I agree. Well, before we wrap up, there's a little fun segment that I wanted to do with you guys. It's called Who's More Likely To? And you're either going to point at each other or whoever you think the person, if it's yourself, you can point yourself, or you can say their name. All right, so we'll get started. I'm going to read out the question. Go with your gut and be super quick. Who's more likely to work late into the night? Deep. I could sense that.
This girl's working after I'm gone.
I think I know the next one too, but I'll let you answer. Who's more detail oriented? Who's more calm under pressure? Deep. Okay.
Both of us.
Who's the bigger perfectionist? Yeah.
She has OCD.
OCD. I guess it's a healthy thing sometimes to have.
Oh, great. OCD's good.
Who's more? I think I know this one. Who's more likely to say just one more client? Just one more. We can squeeze her in. Who's more likely to burn out and forget to rest? Yeah. Okay.
She doesn't rest. I have to tell her to rest. Then she'll be like, Sonya, you're the first boss that tells me to take days off.
Oh, that's important. That's because she cares about you, right?
She must be, don't work too much. Please don't work too much.
All right. Who's more likely to handle client emotions better?
I think it depends on what emotion it is. If it's a rude client, I can deal with it. If it's I don't know. Actually, you're better because then I come across rude.
All right. Who's more likely to push the other one to level up? Yeah, I can see that. Who's more likely to bring work home mentally?
I think we both do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're horrible.
Is it hard to check out at night?
No, we're still on our phones at night.
Yeah. I think I struggle with that too. I think it's a mom thing, and I think it's also a South Asian culture that's ingrained here, right? Just to keep on going and going. And sometimes I have a hard time shutting too, but I think the sage diffusers definitely help.
After I finish the client, if like Sonya finish early, I go upstairs and showing the picture. Look at this, look at this, look at this.
Yeah, we're always working.
All right. Moving on to just a few more. Who's more likely to say we need balance but still work? Yeah. Who's more likely to surprise the other with new ideas? Yeah. I could see that bright smile on your face. Who's more likely to take a risk first?
Risk.
I think we're both the same.
Yeah.
I would say equal on that
Equal,
one.
yeah.
I love that energy, and I think it shows your partnership. All right, Sonia, I have a couple of questions for you. Again, one sentence would be more than sufficient, whatever comes to your mind. What keeps you going on hard days? I think we touched on it a little bit earlier.
I would say my family.
Okay. What does success mean to you now versus the younger Sonia?
Younger Sonia wanted to make money. Now I like having time off.
That's amazing. And what do you like to do in your time off?
You know what? Nothing. Like just literally
relax.
Netflix, chill, watch a movie,
Movie time.
like just having the ability to be home
Yeah.
and just not worry.
I'm not
Yeah.
that still yet.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Deep, you don't have any kids, so what do you do?
I work. I love to work.
I love the enthusiasm and the passion. It definitely shines through you guys. What's one thing that you would say people don't see behind the scenes of Doll Me Up, Sonia, and Deep? What's one thing that you really want to emphasize on that people may not see?
I think when you look at social media, you only see the glam, obviously.
Yeah.
You see, oh, they're busy, they're doing really well, but you don't see the hard work behind the scenes, right? So
Yeah.
behind the scenes, we're always working, or either we're educating ourselves, we're taking classes, we're practicing. Guys, I still practice on my latex to this day.
Yeah.
A lot of students forget, like, put their latex away after a couple months and they don't pull it out, but I still practice, right?
Yeah.
Me and her, sometimes we're playing with needles, we buy more inks, we test things out. We're constantly working behind the scenes of how can we get better, how can we level up. And if it's not doing that, then we're watching stuff, editing stuff. So we're constantly working behind the scenes. And I don't think anyone sees that part of it or the grind of it, right?
Yeah.
To be able to be where you are today, you have to grind behind the scenes too.
Yeah.
Because everything done by me and Sonia, right? We one day, I wish we have like a very big team, but right now we would work a lot, like everything from like organization to order, everything we do by ourselves.
Yeah.
I think the only
Posting, everything.
the only thing we started doing is having a content creator.
So if you were to grow, this wasn't on my list, but I mean, let me take that back. So as you grow, I'll start with Deep, because you've kind of done this, and then I'll come back to you, Sonia. Deep, what kind of talent do you think is needed for someone to really represent Doll Me Up? As you guys grow, I wish you guys have so many more locations across the globe, right? What is one thing that you really think represents Doll Me Up and the work that you guys put behind the brand?
If someone joined the team.
Yeah. So if you were to hire someone new, what do you think is a skill set that you would want that person to have, other than saying, hey, come hire me?
Very positive personality.
Okay.
And very dedicated.
Okay.
Like anything we teach her, like she should be like that quality she can learn. And the way we brand the name, she gonna be also look on that level, right?
For sure.
Yeah, I think yes.
And Sonia, what about you? Being an entrepreneur and a leader, sort of, this is your baby. What vision do you have for those resources that are looking to be a part of Doll Me Up in the coming years?
I just need to replicate more Deeps.
Ooh, okay.
And when you're coming, you're gonna go through first.
Probably.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think same thing Deep said. You have to be hardworking, you have to be persistent and positive. Skill can be taught. We can teach you the skill aspect to it, but it's the personality and those qualities that we can't teach you, and those are the things we'd be looking for. I think if we are going to grow this team, it would be probably in the next couple of years. We would love to have more people on board offering additional services, some new things, maybe even help take us to the next level. But to do that, we need to find someone trustworthy first. And I don't know if I'm ready to hire another person yet, though.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, trust is very important. Like if you work anywhere, if you don't trust the people, you cannot grow.
I must say, this is probably the best conversation I've had. That's all I have. I don't have any more questions. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Such a fun.
I had such a good time. Thank you so much for being here. And I think your journey, thank you for being here and sharing your journey. And I think your story is like if I were to look at Doll Me Up, or if someone were to mention a Deep or a Sonia's name in a conversation, I see passion, I see hard work, I see perseverance, and I see a real impact within the industry that you guys are making. So thank you so much for doing that and being the powerhouse, not only for your students, but for the community that's out there. I think the people that are driving 5 hours, 6 hours across the globe that are taking your classes, they definitely see what you put in, and the results are definitely worth it. Being a client myself, I think I couldn't be more happier with meeting you, sort of learning your journey and being able to have this conversation today. So thank you so, so much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Mandy.
Thank you for having us.